So I'm curious if you can discern just how it works by just looking at it.
Electricity.
Not wrong. Think of what the things do to make it function.
Well, I know all these are disk drives. Fan keeps things cool from overheating.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to look at the outputs, inputs, and whatever on the...
Okay, so this is power coming in. Motherboard, the large square I want to say is the processor.
Mm-hmm.
Vertical RAM.
Okay.
I know the little small towers are capacitors.
Mm-hmm. This computer is pretty old school, but it's still kind of relevant to modern systems. Not really.
Something around here would be for monitor and other kind of input devices.
Correct.
Speaker.
There's a speaker.
Okay.
It's a cobweb.
And that's about all that I can figure.
Cool. So this computer is pretty old, so a lot of new computers have everything, like all these cards and stuff integrated into the back of here.
Okay.
But this one doesn't. So it needs all these cards. Step uno is to get rid of this. That's for internet.
Oh.
That's to add Wi-Fi to the... Okay, yeah.
You might be asking, why would you need Wi-Fi for a Windows 98 machine?
Because!
It literally can't use it at all.
It's not about shitter, it's about cutting. Alright, I'm going to just start...
So funny.
I'm going to start taking off stuff.
Okay.
Ooh, I actually may have to lay that one there, because that one's... I had to solder that permanently. I was like, it'll probably never come out this way.
And here we are.
Yeah, here you are pulling it out.
So we got this from a thrift store for like $3.
Yes, you did.
You said 3, as in like, no more, no less, 3. Already just like that.
No, not like that.
No, we upgraded it.
Oh.
Yeah, we upgraded it.
You got that for $3. That's just...
I think we put, what, like 20, 30 bucks into it? Oh gosh, don't screw those up.
It'll be fine.
We had such a time with those stupid things.
These are more modern adapters. Because we wanted some modern hardware in this machine.
We'll walk away and let him put it back together.
You'd get a very interesting result. That's what I'll say.
I guess I could just start from the bottom. These pins, I guess, are just headers for different types of connections you can use. See, I suck at explaining stuff.
No, I already knew that.
I know. But for example, this would be a USB header.
Okay.
So if you wanted to, say, connect a card reader, like we have in this thing, it uses the USB standard. So you use a USB header for inside the board. These wires are what control the buttons and stuff on the front of the case. So in this case, we have a power switch, a reset switch, speaker. There's the speaker. We have a power LED and a hard drive indicator LED. So these slots are called PCI slots. So they were the standard, the accessory card that you put in, so you can see the pins. Match the size of the slot in any accessory card. Yeah, you just add. This little slot actually doesn't get used like at all anymore. It's called a CNR slot, but nobody uses them ever. Nobody really did even use them. It's for like a modem or something. Yeah, it's like, oh man, I'm a modem with my computer. This is where you would connect older school hard drives. So the blue and the black there. Now the colors represent actually which one is 1 and 2. So that's actually important. Back in the day it was important. So the blue would represent primary. This would represent secondary. The first connector. And then you would take your hard drive and either plug it into this one or this one. And depending on which one you used, you'd have to tell the hard drive, hey, I'm on this one or this one.
Okay.
So you'd be, yeah. So it's called mastering slave. So master and slave.
I've heard that term used before.
Yes, that's what that means.
This is my brain at night.
I know, right? We're just blabbing. He's like, we're not gonna remember any of this. So the bottoms of this section are actually called the bus. Like if you can imagine a school bus, city bus. It's just its job. There's a chip nearby, probably this one, or one of them on the board is responsible for transporting data just for these connectors. That's it.
Okay.
That's his job. So the bus goes along its route and delivers information.
Okay. Following so far.
That's kind of it. That's all it does. Okay, Ripley, do you remember why the cables are so fat? And I don't have a hard drive one, but if I did, it would look exactly like this, but just wider. Why is it?
Because it's a parallel port.
Why? What's so significant about parallel? What makes it parallel?
Because all the data, any specific information of data can only travel down. It's like a one-way pipe.
Right.
Of information, data can only go one way, and then it has to stop to transfer data back the other way.
Correct.
Which made it slow, which is why SATA is now the new standard.
Right. So,
because SATA is serial, you can go back and forth across line.
now I forget what ATA stands for.
So when they went to serial ports, they no longer had to have this.
It's not serial port.
You know what I mean? It's SATA. When they went to SATA.
Yes. This is the new standard.
Okay.
That's the new standard. So serial, the difference is that data can go both ways at the same time. So that made the cable way thinner.
For future reference to anyone watching this video, Ripley is not a computer technician. He just is not.
Yeah, it's like late at
Completely
night.
Stupid.
It's like late at night, and I just.
It's only like 8:30, but
yeah, we reached like late at night.
For that, just adding, it's like this wolf does not have any kind of experience when it comes to technology either, so.
And that's why this is fun.
Yeah, and I'm so horrible at explaining stuff. So.
Yeah, Mr.
Well,
ADHD.
you're doing great.
Is he though?
Yeah.
You wouldn't know because you don't know if he's actually explaining it right or not.
Yeah, I don't.
Comments are welcome.
It's actually sticking in his head or not? Am I just babbling?
You're just taking his word for it.
Am I just babbling?
I'm a very trusting person.
Dude, that gets dangerous.
Well, okay. I use my head, but I also.
This is where the memory sits.
Okay.
They've made far greater advances than this memory, but it's not DDR. That was.
It's not Dance Dance Revolution.
Not Dance Revolution. Oh, SDRM. That's what it is. I forget the abbreviations. I forget what they mean. I know DDR stands for double data rate.
Maybe SDR stands for standard data rate.
I don't know.
Or single.
Single data rate. I mean,
Hello, doggo.
Standard data and message rate supply.
is actually what's called the Northbridge chip. So the Northbridge chip is actually responsible for communication between the CPU, the memory itself, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I think it's also this one slot here, this slot, first slot. And I
Might
think
be the Northbridge is no longer.
And I think that's it.
It's no longer used in modern.
Yes. So actually, in today's computers, if you look at a modern machine, it actually won't have a Northbridge anymore.
Let me see if I remember. Let's see if I remember right. Is it because the CPU now can handle it by itself?
Because the CPU it's integrated. It still has one, but it's just integrated into the CPU now.
No,
Because
not separate.
It used to have to be separate, but now it's just integrated into the chip because now silicon's gotten so tiny. It's gotten under 10 nanometers. So.
That's small.
Yeah.
We watched a video about how CPUs are made, and I looked at it and I was like, how on earth can they possibly make electrical connections that small?
Actually, yeah. I actually really want to show you that video because it almost blew my mind when I saw it because I've never seen it before. So if you take, let's see if we can find. Well, how about this chip for example?
Mm-hmm.
So you think of this chip, and you think of all these little pins and stuff. But what do you think about what's inside it? What actually makes it work? It's like it just works.
The chip just does it.
Yeah, it just does it. But how does it How does it take all these pins, does something with it, like, and output it to the correct location? How does it know? What does it do? And that's what I saw, and I was like, yeah, I was like, oh man.
In the most basic sense, it's all just transferring electrical signals.
Yeah,
to
it's all
different parts.
electricity. This special slot is called AGP, so Accelerated Graphics Port.
Okay.
So it would just be used for only graphics card. Now the modern advances have made PCI Express, and then you know these are PCI slots, right?
Sure.
Okay, these
we'll
are
go with that.
okay. These are PCI slots. These are PCI. So PCI cards have been used. Some cards USB, Ethernet. This is a modem. It can be used for all kinds of things. The limitation was that it ran only at a certain speed, or as fast. So when computers got faster, it needed a standard that was faster. So they just called it PCI Express. And then all of a sudden, PCI Express was faster than this port. So we're like, oh, well, I guess we'll just get rid of it.
So now the pink here.
Yes, that is. So you remember how I told you how these were parallel? Like how it sent data back and forth just like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is also that same method. It's just external.
Okay.
It's just external to that. So it's also called a parallel port. People call it like a printer port or the D-sub port. And, wow, 16 pin, blah, 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 whatever.
It's a parallel port.
A parallel port. Yeah, parallel port. So Southbridge is responsible for the PCI connections. It's also responsible for taking care of any of the I/O that's on the back of the board.
That's a term that I've heard from Sean. I'm sorry.
Any
That's my
I/O.
reference.
Any input or output
Okay.
data. So mouse, keyboard, if it had USB, anything like that. That's currently on the back of this machine. There's not much on the back of this machine. The only other chip I could pick out that I know for sure was this one, and that is for the BIOS chip. And that's the job for the BIOS is to just basically identify the hardware as soon as the computer boots up, so that it knows what it's there before it goes to like Windows or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it needs to know, hey, I have a keyboard and mouse installed. Hey, there's a hard drive here at this location. Okay, is there Windows on it? Yeah, there's Windows on it. Okay, great. Okay, bye. That's kind of its job.
That's why any kind of not fault finding, troubleshooting, you check with that first. To
Yes,
see
yeah,
where the
depending on
problem
the fault, yeah, you would actually check there for certain things, because you can turn hardware on and off in the BIOS and stuff, and sometimes people do. They don't realize that my thing isn't working. So this is the power supply, a big old brick.
Guess what it does?
It supplies power.
What is that answer was really shocking. Not really, because it's housed trouble.
It's
Electric
capable
line.
of 3.5 volts, 12 volts, and 5 volts. That's it. So yeah, it just goes into the slot here, like that. So now it'll power the board and everything. Newer computers have a separate plug just for the CPU, but this one I guess doesn't. I guess it doesn't use that much power. So, okay, perfect. Less cabling. I guess we'll plug these in. So these.
You're supposed to let him do it.
I mean, do you want to plug them
You trust me?
in?
I don't mind getting my paws dirty. Just kind of see.
Alright, I'll just plug them in.
Alright.
Okay, so if you look here on this, you'll see that the pins, they respond to that. So there is a notch there, and there's a notch on there.
Alright.
So it's real easy, you just put them in. I'll do this anyway. So, actually let me put this in first, because this actually has to go in. That's tucked out there. Okay. Take the long one goes in here, so the notch launch goes this way. And what I like to do, just to make sure I get it right, I always put it kind of at an angle, but I don't push at an angle. I go and line it up and then straighten it out, and then I push straight down.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
So nothing gets bent.
So nothing gets bent, correct. So if you want to put that in, I'll just leave it hanging there for you. Keep pushing, keep pushing. There you go. That's it. That's it.
I did not fail
That's
technology.
it.
That we know of, yeah.
Yes. Hey. Nice. I should have phrased that. I have yet to fail.
Just wait, you'll be installing accessory cards in no time.
Like a couple minutes.
In like a couple minutes here.
Remember that sticker of sick that has the ones and zeros? It just like zones out. Yeah, that'd be me.
You'll be alright.
Yeah.
I have faith in you. Sometimes.
Okay, so these are our SATA cords. These are for newer drives. So actually, so I'm gonna plug that in. So. you don't
I have
to
a
do that.
question for the class.
What would be a question?
If you align North Bridge and South Bridge up with North and South, does the computer get more powerful?
No. No, sit back down.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I want to put a compass on my computer. Line it up and then suddenly it's just more efficient.
Okay, I'm gonna let you plug in the hard drive. So this is the newer standard hard drive. This is the standard called
Don't break
SATA.
it because that's important.
Be quiet. The standard called SATA.
We
As
have
you can
stuff
see,
on there.
as you can see, it's L-shaped.
Uh,
The connector.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's L-shaped.
Internally.
Yeah, it's L-shaped. So it can really only go on one leg. So I'll let you do the CD drive. No, it's okay. I'll let you do the hard drive.
You see?
I'm just kidding. I'll let you do the hard drive.
Oh, man.
And then you see the data line, same way, L-shaped.
Okay.
L-shaped. So if you can crane your neck over there, you can see that it corresponds to the L shape on the drive.
Alright.
They made it. It's way simpler than what it used to be. So take your power or your data, whichever one you want to do first,
Okay.
and see if you can go ahead and line them up. And go ahead and plug it.
Next step while Sean's here, we're going to have him rebuild my Lexus motor.
Now that's giving me a laugh.
After which I'll be rebuilding my Lexus motor.
There's the punchline I was expecting. Okay,
So which way does the top of the L line up?
so
Which way is it? Is it?
okay.
Woo! Is it? Yeah. Okay, now take your data.
It remind me to insert like a little poop of smoke somewhere around your.
Let's find out which way it's lined up. That's it.
I have not broken anything.
That's it. That's all it took. Okay, so the method I just used on this to know which way I plugged in the floppy drive correctly was actually this red pin there. It should point toward the power pin. And the power for the floppy drive is up here. These 4 pins up here.
Okay.
There's our floppy drive power. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking.
The more that you sing here, there's gonna be mountains of songs flooding through my head here, and we're gonna be hearing one of them.
Looking.
There's no copyright infringement because
And I
there's no
can
music
walk
that is
500 miles in
And I will walk past
somebody.
Oh my god.
That's you want to start that and then not expect people to finish that.
He's been doing that to me for so long now.
Really?
He just comes up with a couple lyrics and ruins my day.
No, there are songs that you cannot get out of your head.
Hey now.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Okay, you ready to install RAM?
You're just jealous because I got style.
That ain't no lie.
Yeah. I can't actually do the footwork because I'm sitting. No.
Oops.
No. No, Brittany. No, Brittany. I will go into lamb chop sing along before that.
Probably have you installed this.
Uh-oh.
There's memory.
Who's? Because I forgot.
Well, you better hurry up and take it.
Right.
It's not my memory.
So one thing to note when you're holding memory is actually just don't touch the gold pins. That's all. Just sometimes the oils from your fingers can just.
Short stuff out. Kind of like a.
I don't know about short stuff out, but
Break it.
I mean I've heard it can. But
We've all heard the rumors.
I've never actually experienced it before. So I mean.
But just be safe.
Yeah, you know. But here you go. You can take that. Okay.
No, not like that.
Oh man, you're gonna be installing memory like a pro after this. Okay, so you're gonna take your RAM. You can see there's 3 slots on there. You can see there's 3 slots on the RAM there. Okay, so just like the hard drive connector, you're kind of gonna line it up just like that. So let's go ahead and do that first. Just make sure you actually get it lined up. Yep. If you look, the edges of your RAM can fit into these little grooves in each side of the slot.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, all lined up? Great. Okay, so you got it lined up, and then the typical way to install RAM is actually just to push it down until you see these tabs go dink.
Okay.
And it may take some force. Push, 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 push. Keep pushing. There you go. Boom. That's it. Trying to recoup my thoughts here.
Oh, they've been gone. You don't even know who it is you're talking to. Well, you just wake up this
how
morning.
big was that dinner?
Oh, it was nothing. I didn't even finish. Go ahead. It's okay.
The teacher's watching.
Nothing will go wrong. The teacher is not hawking you.
Sure, totally not.
Good so far? Good so far? So you're lined up on your back or you're lined up on the front?
I hope so.
You don't hope. You have to make sure. Everything looks lined up. Yeah, you're lined up there. You're lined up there. Okay, start pushing. Push, 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 push. There you go. Come on, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. All done. Okay, it's in the slot. Now start pushing. That's it. Okay, that one's responsible for sound.
Ooh.
Push, 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 push. Don't be afraid.
Is that?
That's it. It's in. Yeah, I'm an old belch.
That's more accurate.
Very accurate.
Alright. That's it. There you go. Next one we'll do the bottom. Alright, there you go. Lined up. There you go. Alright, one more. Oh, there it is. Oh, I really gotta push that one.
The raccoon is stronger than the wolf.
Go to sleep over there.
After this, then this wolf. As
No,
I
he
teach.
just has
Good me.
smaller hands.
I think that's it.
Smaller hands fit.
It's for more detailed work.
So then this USB card just has this internal port.
Simple to shop for.
Oh yeah, this thing. I'll plug this in there. In there. That's for the card reader. And I'll let you plug this end in.
And this goes where? Or you're gonna have me figure it out.
I won't be that evil.
Thank you.
It's on this side of the
Can you guess?
motherboard.
Well, it has to have the same number of pins, right?
Right?
You want to make it into it.
Let's see if we can figure it out. What's up?
This?
Close. That's not quite it.
Okay. It is on the actual this.
It's on the actual board. It's in that clip. It's in that spot.
The all white one.
Correct. Woohoo! That's right.
I can love it.
So yeah, it's the same concept as Sega here.
Okay.
Just go ahead and line up your pins there and just plug it in. Simple as that. That's it. Done.
I don't know why I thought this is more complicated.
No, it's not. That's why I'm like, bro, it's simple. You can do it.
I pictured people like building their own computers, doing all the everything in the.
When you see someone building a computer, that's all it is. I'm like, oh, whatever. Build a computer, that's nice. I'm doing my sleep, that's great. This is all building a computer is. That's it. Like the only thing more that you would have to do is just be like install these hard drives itself, the floppy drive, disk drive, the board. You just screw it in. It's already got mounts for it, like on this case here. You can see there's a hole for some other sort of style of board that's probably bigger. And the only other thing is mount the power supply to the back of the case here, and that's kind of it. Computers are so simple. They're so simple. Cool.
And so it only needs like one per.
It only needs one screw, yes.
Okay.
Ooh, do I not have enough screws?
Oh!
I don't know, I think I saw some back by the shelf over there on the floor.
I know we were always short on screws for this thing. It's your fault.
There's.
It's your fault, Sean.
You can see that I'm really fighting to just to unhear.
Let's not screw around.
No? That wasn't what I was going for, but that was good. See, that's my weakness. Is not punning. That is hard.
Oh, you want to put the case back on?
Sure.
Okay. Very simple. Tabs. And then these tabs,
Then it's to go.
they correspond to here. Yep, PTD. And then those secure it here.
Okay.
So
it has to.
Yeah, it has to go boom, 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 like that.
Okay.
Not quite.
Sorry.
Not quite. Back up a little bit. Back up. Okay, we're gonna line up these side pins first,
Okay.
and then you sort of just slide it, and then you hope it'll just go. It'll just sink in.
Oh.
Okay, got them all. Okay, got them all, and then just push. That's it. All done. Now it's the box again. That was easy.
I'm really dumbfounded by it. Sincerely, this is.
Just put the screws in the hole. Then you give it back to the customer and say, okay, here's give me $300 now. I touched your computer.
That doesn't work here though.
Pretty cool.
Cool.
It's kind of broken, but it still works.
It was broken before.
Yeah, we lost the button to this too, so like, oh well.
There's you can use like a little paper clip.
Yeah, I actually think this drive was broken, and then we just decided to use this one to keep this one. That was a modern drive. This one's an old one.
Alright.
That's it. And then you power it on and go, oh, it works. Woohoo.
Thank you for being the teacher there.
Oh, it is my pleasure with my confuzzled blocks.
And thanks for thanks to the sleeping wolf right now there too.
I know. We should go poke him. I know you can hear me.
That's it for this little video. So if you enjoyed watching this and enjoyed the hilarity that ensued, feel free to leave a comment and like and
You better subscribe.
yes, please.
I'll be sad if you don't.
Now he wakes up.
Quit pretending over there, boy.
Alright. We'll see you later, y'all.